What's up, everyone? It's Saturday. Was it the 29th? Leap year. That's right. This happens. When does it happen? 4 days. Every 4 years, we get an extra day in February. I always know it's leap year because it's the year we vote and it's the year of the Olympics. Just in case you didn't know that, that's how I always know. I'm just checking to make sure I'm live, and I'm having problems. Remember, yeah, I'm all good. Remember, I had problems yesterday whenever I did a video last, and man, I was doing it was off, and then I just had to do a straight up pre-recorded one. So anyway, what's up, everyone, man? Q&A Saturdays back by popular demand. Just kidding. Second Saturday doing this. I had some people in there last Saturday, and I just like talking to you guys. I could sit here and run my mouth forever, but I really like it when you comment because then it kind of gives me something to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just talking about what I can think of. So the market was down. That's why I started with this screen on, was it Friday? What a crazy week, man. So, exclamation if you're watching this. I know you're thinking it's going down 40%. I don't know. I can't call it. I think we bounced from, okay, so today the president came out and they gave an update on the coronavirus saying somebody in Wisconsin died. No, Seattle, Washington. I think that was Washington. One of them states died. I think it was Washington, out of Seattle area, and they had no contact with anybody, right? So somebody's running around there with coronavirus, and they don't know how she got it, and so they saying it can get more ugly, but it's under control. Everybody do what they supposed to do. It's low risk. And they may be right, but that's just what they said. It's low risk. Hi. Time for the squeeze. Which way? Going up? Down? Which squeeze you talking about? The short squeeze? Yeah, so I'm buying stocks. It was a crazy, what a week, man. Yeah, so I just started with that because you could see them giving it the speech. Why isn't I'm trying to bring this over here. I can't hold up. I'm trying to bring my charts up. There we go. Yeah, that's it. All right, so SPY. I was going to tell y'all everything I bought to start. This is a 4-hour chart at SPY. This is crazy. Do you know? So I think that let's do a quick measurement of here. The SPY was down. It's down 15.7% at its low. But do you know a lot of stocks were down 30, 40% off their high already? So I was kind of in there nibbling, and I was picking up a lot of good, the short squeeze. I think so too, but I think we're just going to retrace. I wish I had my moving averages up. What study is that? Is this it? Favorite study? Yeah. So you see how we got, look at that volume. Oh, man. Damn. Woo! Look at the volume. This is the 4-hour. Wow. Anyway, I haven't been on this chart in a while. This is actually my favorite chart with the studies on it. I use what is that, the 9? That's a 9 and a 50. No, I don't use that, so this is not the right one. But anyway, I use like a 9 and a 20. I believe it shouldn't be 50. I must have changed it somehow. I think we just kind of go back to the mean. Just a little quick snapback, and I actually think we're going to head lower for another leg down. That's my guess, but I think it's dynamic. Meaning it matters on this virus and what the progress of it. Do we slow down? Do we pick up? I think everything is in the hands of that. I don't think technicals is going to matter much, because if they come out with a week, let's say that, hey, they got a promising virus, is going to whatever stage, and we're going to whip it out next month. However. Because the government's putting a lot of money behind whoever's coming up with this virus. They're going to be spending a lot of money on whoever's got answers, and basically unlimited money for virus protection. And if that happens, I think we can actually go right back to the highs, and everything gets better. But we got the reversal volume. Pull that 4-hour up again. You're right there. Let me pull. You talking about the? Let me pull up the daily. Yeah, look at that volume on a daily. Wow. Damn, that's like a record breaker. How far do I go back? That's in crazy. What is that? Let me pull it right here. 385 million shares. This is just an SPY. But yeah, I just think we kind of go back a 50% retracement, 61.8 possibly, and then go right back down. But I bought stocks, man. Like, this was a crazy dip. A lot of stocks was off 30 to 50, 40%, even some 50%. So I wasn't necessarily looking at the market. So I was just like, I'm going to scoop some of these up. Dividend stocks. I bought some UPS. I bought like 1,000 shares, about $1,000 a UPS. The yield in it was almost 5%. I'm not even I don't like the, let me pull up this weekly. I mean, it's making new lows. Let me pull up the monthly. Gosh. Yeah, look at that. It's all the way down here. Oh, shoot. How did I do that? Right there. Kind of testing the lows, right, for years. All the way back here since October 13th. Sorry, 2013. So it's right there. Kind of dipped below it and broke it. But the yield on this thing, man. What is it? It's 4.46. Yeah, that's a great yield for like UPS. So I picked up some UPS. I picked up some J&J. I know they having, legal issues, but actually it's not that bad. Looking at the chart, let me go back to the 4-hour. You can see that dip, and from the top it was 154. It's down 23%. Right? So I picked up some, and I picked these up at the lows. I know we got a snapback on Friday. I picked them up at the lows. So 50, yeah, what did I say that was? So that was a good buy, I felt, and the yield on that is 4.46. So I think there was buys to be getting. I picked up some Clorox, finally. I've been wanting this stock before the virus, kind of, and then they started pumping. Oh yeah, they got bleach, it kills the virus. I think Kramer was pumping it, and I was like, oh, that's insane. But now look what it came to be. It got way down here. I bought it right at the lows, right? So that was a good buy. I can't believe it was 174. It just popped like that. Anyway, they sold it off. So I got it right at the lows. The yield on that 4.46. I am looking at the right. Wait a minute. I keep pulling up the same one. My charts are messed up today. I'm sorry. Yield on that is 2.66. UPS is 4.46. What's that other stock I mentioned? I don't remember. Anyway, let me change this so that it all links up. Yeah. So, I picked up some Las Vegas Sands. Now, I know it's like a travel and leisure type stock, but I always like the yield on LVS. Let me pull up my yield here. So Hiving, whatever, you buying anything? 5.42. When the virus is over, these things will come back to normal. And I just don't think it's like a straight line down to zero. So it's not like I'm saying that this is the bottom. I know this stuff can continue to go lower. Let's buy some. And if it goes down lower, buy some more. So I do have some money, to buy some more as it goes lower. But I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, it was at 75. This is at 24%, 23.79%. Just a couple of days ago. So I picked some of that up, even though the market, right, was only down 17 at its low. So I picked up 3M, not with the mask hype. I've been already owned 3M, but I wanted some more. And they started talking about the mask. Now I got to go back to the daily. And it was started to pop. It went all the way up. It went from 145. And just because they make masks, 3M got their hands in everything. Okay? The mask is not going to turn 3M around. So it jumped up to 156. Let me pull up the 5-minute because it's funny, No, let's pull up the 15-minute. The hourly. Yeah, you can see how they kind of just popped it and then they dropped it again. And There it is. It's at 146. I picked up that at the low. I know it's not a turnaround story, but it's a stock that's going to turn around. 3M been around for a long, long time. What is it called? Mining, manufacturing. I can't remember what the 3M stand for, but they've been through recessions. They're gonna get their act together. Now is the time, to me, in my opinion, to just scoop some up. You know, it's not gonna turn around tomorrow. Great yield on it, 3.94%. Right? I mean, I picked up I was shopping, and when that was down 1,000, I had my list, and here it is. I'm actually reading it off to you. Honeywell, I already own Honeywell. Look at that. Look at the turnaround. I already made a bunch of money in this, not a bunch of money, but some money in the stock because I bought this at the low of the day. I mean, it was just 184 January 17, and it went down to 150. That's down 30. No, I'm sorry. That's down 18%, 33 points. So I picked up some Honeywell. All right. Let's pull up Shopify. Now, like I said, I'm not calling the bottom. I just think, you know, it's time to just start scooping some up. They continue to go down, scoop up some more, you know. Shopify from its high to its low, down 28%, right? I picked up some of that. I mean, that's a good deal. People still gonna have their stores on the internet, you know. Maybe, yeah, they still gonna be doing their thing. As long as this don't turn into some serious pandemic, that, what is it, like that Spanish fly they mentioned, you know, it's killing millions or whatever, you know, I don't think it will, because people can survive it. They're saying it's just the elderly or the weak immune system, diabetes. You got you can have trouble breathing. What is it? What's those other? I can't think. Basically, you got sickness going on. You're already kind of a weak individual. So, and most people get through it. If you're kind of healthy, you probably get through it. You're gonna run its course, and hopefully it'll be all right. And then once you got it and kind of beat it, you won't get it again. That's what they said. Yeah. So bought some Shopify. What else did I buy? I bought some Google. Already own Google. Google's an expensive ass stock, so I bought another share. Oh man, yeah. So anyway, that was down to 17%. That kind of was with the Dow, and let me tell you something. Google is, I like to call it Skynet. Remember the Terminator, Skynet? So yeah, Google is Skynet, and they're gonna be around forever and ever and ever. Look at that chart; it's beautiful. So yeah, they'll come down. If they come down to this area, support that gray area, buy some more. You know, but you got to start buying because we don't know. We don't know how low it's going to go. So we had the news about the president. You know, somebody passed away, which is unfortunate. But I don't know how that's going to react on Monday. Do we have 1,000 points? Because I tell you what, minus if we had a good weekend, that rally that we had at the end of day, just like High Ving 50 said, the short squeeze. We're set to rip, you know, but let's see what happens with this. I still think we're gonna kind of go higher because it was just too much selling. Everybody that's wanted to sell sold, you know, and we're gonna wait for a bounce. There was no bounce all week, none till the end of Friday. So I think that continues, and then as people get better prices, they'll probably put the shorts on again, all depending on what's going on with the virus. Because if you look at the VIX, let's pull up the VIX real quick. Yeah, the VIX went to 50, man. See, now look, let's kind of highlight, let's draw a line. I'm way back here in the year 2000, right? We even had 9/11 right here. Right here, 9/11, and we're right there. So, and that was terrible, right? The stock market was closed for a week, and we're right there, you know. And things got better, kind of. Well, yeah, well, it still went down, but the VIX started going down. Let's put it that way. I don't think we started going back up until 2002. Anyway, but here we go. We're right there. The only thing that was higher was the financial crash of 2008. Now, I know some say that this will be worse than the financial crash of 2008, maybe, and if so, we got another leg up to go on the VIX, but maybe not, right? On average, for the last 20 years. It doesn't really get any higher than this. Anyway, this is the best time to buy reputable stocks. And throw them in your portfolio. I mean, these companies ain't going nowhere. If these companies go anywhere, the world is coming to an end. These companies ain't going nowhere. I bought Facebook. I always wanted to get into it. I mean, just think, if the virus is kind of ripping, let's say we all confined, how is everybody going to communicate? Facebook. Now, I don't know how many people's going to want to put on ads. That's how they make their money. Let me see, 22.24. I bought it at the low. When I coming down, I was down there when these stocks was at the low before the rip. That's 18. It was down 18%. So that one probably could have fell a little bit more. I didn't own any. I owned some before and I sold them up near the high, and now I'm kind of got back in it, and I'll probably be in it forever. These are stocks, by the way, I'm holding forever. Okay, I am not trading. I trade when you see my videos every day. I'm trading options, and that's it. And I'm in and out. When I buy stocks, I hold them for the most part forever, unless they just really get overextended or something. I might take some off, but no, they forever holdings. So Amazon, I already owned it. Amazon is another expensive stock, but I bought another share. I had to buy a share. Anyway, so Amazon was down 17%. All right. By the way, Amazon, it's going to be around forever. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Amazon if you watch my channel. AbbVie, I owned it. I bought some more. Crazy yield on this biotech, 5.5. They burnt me way back when it was 120. I lost a lot of money, but I think it's a good time to get in. They only down 16%, so that's not bad. I mean, they didn't really sell AbbVie off. But I bought that mainly for the yield, and they're doing good things. I can't name them now, but generally it's a good stock. They had a bad right here. I got burnt right here, big time. They had something that didn't go past a phase, one of the testing things, like a big drug or something, and this thing went down, goodness gracious, to 63 from 125. I mean, it was, I can't, and I just was out and I stayed out, but I think they're getting their mojo back. I've been watching them. Nice dividend, so I'm back along for the ride. Don't burn me, AbbVie. I got to keep an eye on that one. I can't necessarily say this one's forever because it's a biotech, and them things, as you can see, they'll just go to half value in no time. If they have any kind of severe bad news, you probably want to dump it. Apple, of course. I mean, am I down there at the 248? It was down here. That's the Warren Buffett price, isn't it? The Warren Buffett price is like 170, I think, in here. I can't remember where the Warren Buffett price is. Maybe you can tell me. But anyway, I got in, and Apple, was kind of Teflon until just last week. Even after they told you the supply line is ruined. They said it's, we got stores closed, supply, line kind of sucks. We're struggling with that. The next day, the stock goes to an all-time high. It was just like crazy. It was action like that didn't make me put puts on getting ready for this, because I knew this was going to happen. I was saying in all my videos, let's go back. And I was getting burnt on puts. I was getting burnt on selling calls and things like that. Everything sucks. Stock goes to an all-time high. And so I just was like, I can't do it no more. So I just kind of watched. And then, of course, this drop, it didn't let you get in to get short. Down 1,000, down 1,000, down 1,000. But I expected. Look, we was ripping, man. We was up 200-300 a day. Man, it looks like I'm still having internet problems. Oh, man. Yeah, so I bought some Apple. I bought a lot of stocks. I bought some BP. Some say oil is over. It's done. BP, the yield 8.05. I don't think oil's over. We're not running. Like, it's bad. Remember we went down to 25 not too long ago on the barrel, and we bounced all the way back up to 60. or 60, almost 70. But yeah, this is a low. I don't necessarily think this stock's not going to change your life. It's got a good yield. Just kind of hold it. More of a diversification play. I got oil now. I got oil in the portfolio. Not much of it, but great yield. And I got some oil. You know what I mean? So that's that. What else did I buy here? United Technologies, UTX. I think this one, yeah, look at this drop in UTX. 30, oh, I keep saying 30. 20.6%. I hope I wasn't reading a wrong number before. 20%. I'm in. I have a feeling this one can go lower. Let me pull up Boeing. Matter of fact, I bought some. It's not on my list. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I might have missed one. Okay. Before this drop, you can see I already got my line now. I was like, oh man, this thing is going lower. And it's funny how these guys didn't even sell a plane all last year, 737. All kinds of problems. People's afraid of the planes. Nobody knows when it's going to come back. The stock just would not go down. I mean, for the most part, it did not go down. Little virus comes out there, stock just goes down. So I don't get it. The company already wasn't selling any planes. Now there's a virus and it's just forget it, but it was going to happen anyway. Look at that pattern. Look at that pattern from the top. I mean, it'll take a long time for Boeing to reach that top again. But from that high it made last year, it's down 40%. So I picked up some Boeing, just a little bit of Boeing, and that one yields 2.99%. So I don't think that's a bad buy either. Bottom line is there's still only two people that make planes, and that's why the stock really never dropped. They know the companies that need planes. All right, your planes suck now, but bottom line, we're still going to need planes. And they don't necessarily, companies that have Boeing, they don't necessarily want to go get Airbus planes. Because now you're changing all your simulators. That was an expensive switch. It's like I'm a photographer, right? It's like I got Nikon and Canon, the two dominant ones for the most part. I got all these $1,000 lenses for the Nikon. If I just go get a Canon, now what am I gonna do with all my lenses and stuff? So it's kind of like that. They hangers and shop mechanic. Everybody's trained on a Boeing, can work on a Boeing. And if you switch planes, oh man, that's a lot of changing, a lot of things you gotta. Yeah, so I think the people will still buy. They'll just hold their plane purchases off, and they still want the Boeing plane. I just think about when Boeing comes back, if it crashes again within a year or so, oh man, it's not gonna be pretty, especially if it's the same problem. I think about that. Juan Lopez, what do you know about the American fund? Since 1952, they have averaged 7% return. The advisor said that your money will double in about 10 years, regardless of market shift. Let me see, a 7.7% return with the 70% rule, right? 77 goes into 70 10 times. So yeah, it would double every 10 years. That part is correct, but I know nothing about the American fund. I don't know how people anyone can guarantee a return of 7%. So I know that. So I would say, yeah, right. There's no guarantee. You just said they have okay, you said an average. I thought you said a guarantee. An average return. Yeah, if it sticks with that average, yeah, that's you're going to double your money in 10 years. That's math. But then it says regardless of market shift. I don't believe that. I mean, you got to be invested in something to get 7%. It ain't bonds. So, I mean, it ain't even high yield. You got to have some growth in there, because you've seen the dividends I'm reading, like on kind of safe companies, 4%, 3%, 2%. So how are you getting up to 7%? It's got to be some kind of growth in there. I don't know, maybe some good safe dividend fund, dividend stocks, maybe some bonds, but some growth, I think, to get it up to that 7%. Just a guess. Right? Since this 10-year, I think went as low as 1.17, I believe. right? Can you imagine giving $1,000 to the government for 10 years, and every year you're gonna get back $10, right? You'll make $10 a year. Yeah, okay. That is 1%, right? Let me see. 100 is 10. Yeah, 1%. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what did I say? 1.17. So like, I don't know, $17. No, 1.17. $11.70, something like that. BP. We talked about United. Merck. I had no drugs in my portfolio, and I bought this. So that is down 20% from its low. It looks like it still kind of wants to go lower, but I bought some Merck, and it's buddy. I bought Pfizer. Pfizer was already getting crushed before the virus. It was just in a downtrend. I don't know why. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I'm a technical, for the most part, investor. It's down 30% from its high. The thing yields 4.55%. I bought some. Yeah. Pfizer is whatever's going on with this company, it's gonna straighten the act out. It's been around forever, forever, and that's the kind of buys that I was buying. Those companies that your mom and dad grew up with, Anyway, what else? I bought some Tesla. That's not a company your mom and dad brought up with. But I was up in here. I was trading. I think Tesla is the real deal. So remember, I'm gonna stick this in the drawer and forget about it. So I bought it around right around this low, 620, somewhere around there. Yeah. So I bought some Tesla. It was already, now if you want to go with the high, a lot of people got burnt on the stock. I think it's down 35% from its high. I think it's the real deal. I think 10 years from now, everybody's gonna wish, damn, remember Tesla was $900 a share or whatever? Yeah, I think that's this company right here. Elon Musk, he's a genius, man. You gotta invest in these geniuses, and how you do that? You buy the companies that they own. I bought a ETF called SREIT, the Super Dividend REIT Fund, which basically throughout the world it yields 8.72%. Maybe that American fund has some of this in it, and for the most part they got it's a basket of high yielding real estate REITs throughout the world. And so if it's high yielding, it could be some of this garbage, not the best solid REITs, probably a lot of mortgage backed REITs and things like that. But yeah, I bought that mainly for the yield. I was in it for a while already, and I bought some more. You can see it has these downturns, and I think I might get a little growth with this particular buy and the yield. So yeah, I like that. Just a little bit of that, by the way. My portfolio has a lot of REITs in it, and that's what I kind of like. But this is one that it just got the yield, and I'm going for the yield for the most part. And I think now, since I caught it on a low, get a little bit of growth. Of course, Disney, man. How could anybody not buy this? Remember before it started talking about Disney, it started talking about streaming. Yeah, streaming. The thing is at 117. This is where it was at. And it went up all the way to 150 for a long time. Now it's back down. Now I know the parks are closed in Japan, and all right, technical difficulties there. Parks is closed. People don't want to gather the virus. But the parks ain't going to, they will be there. I'm telling you that the virus will run its course. I don't know when, but they're going to be there. And all they got to do is turn on the switch, and everybody's back. Things is roller coasters, all that stuff. So this is definitely time to start legging into something like a Disney. You're getting a gift, I think. I mean, you see what it can do when all balls are rolling, right? So now, yeah, the parks are down. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to gather. It might even go lower, but it's not gonna stay lower. So I definitely want some of that. But this is the matter of fact. This is the largest position in my portfolio. Disney. And I told you about UPS, and the last one is in surgical, Intuitive Surgical. Robot. I mean, for the robot age and all that stuff in medical, this is what you want to own. This thing is just getting started. Even though look, it went from 100 to 600. It's just basing. It's gonna break out again and get one of these legs. Next thing you know, it's $1,000. They're the only ones that do this for the most part. They're the leaders in what they do. And even with everybody sick, yeah, it only went down 15, 16%. With everybody being sick, how's it going to stop them doing surgeries? Matter of fact, it might be more of this. I can operate on this dude without even being there. So, I don't know, man. Maybe that's why it's only down a little bit. But they had a not happy earnings report because I was having trades on it around it. And right here was earnings, and it dropped to here. I think I picked up, I can't remember what I did. I had a trade going on right here, and boom, right back up to a new high. What was this? How many days was that? I can't see. Hold on. 25 days later, right? A new high. And then the virus. And then it brought it down past the low of the bad earnings. So I think this is good. You know, it's a good entry point. 16, you know, it may go lower. Look, it was down Friday, went as low as 519. 519 and closed at 534. Just imagine you just caught that bottom like on an option. You made big money right there. Oh man, you said Eric, great calls. Thanks, Eric. I said, what will you do if it tanks some more? Yeah, I got some more money to buy some more because I mean nobody knows. It could go a lot. All of these stocks can go a lot lower, and this is you just don't know. I don't know, man. You know, I don't plan on touching these until. I'm still got a lot of money on the side. I did pull out early. I wanted to buy puts and really make a killing. I totally missed that. So I'm like, you know what? We're already down. We're down about the average. You know, as long as it don't get worse, which it may. See, that's where nobody knows. You know what I mean? Because it's like a dynamic situation. It's constantly changing. So if it goes. Let's say we start getting a string of good news. Hey, it's March. Maybe they're going to be right. When the weather warms up, it'll go away. You already heard that, if you got it, you know, it's China, that their situation is kind of not going up as steep. It's getting better. I don't know if that's true or not. In the United States, we only have 22 people. I mean, there's 300 plus million people here. So they came out with some more preventatives. You can't travel to Iran and things like that, whatever. So let's just see, you know, nobody knows. It's scary as long as it, you know, I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. So just as they come down, pick some off, you know, pick up some of these good ones, you know, and I think I picked up companies that are going to be around forever. That's already been around forever. The casino stocks, like I always like Las Vegas because it has the highest yielding one. I have a feeling that they're going to tank some more, and I'm going to be in it. Look at. It's like it might go down to, is that 2008? Where are we at here? Yeah, that's the 2008 low. That's when everything was what, $3. Imagine you picked up some Las Vegas Sands for $3. Remember 2008 how bad it was? I mean, ATM, it was bad. You almost didn't get money anymore. I mean, everything was ugh. And we all regret. Right? Ford was at $1. I know it's like it went up to like 10. It's not the greatest company, but you would have 10 times your money. Citibank was $1. Las Vegas was $3. You know, that was prices everybody can afford. Yeah, let me get 100 shares of Vegas. How much? $300. And the thing went as high as $80. So you would have had $8,000 off of $300. You know, so we have to be ready for those kind of purchases because maybe we'll get that. You know, if they say this has the potential to be lower than the 2008 crash, maybe, just maybe we could pick up some $3 Vegas. Some $1 Fords. By the way, I bought Ford. Was that not on my list? Maybe I bought it in my other account. I think they got a lot of problems here. They got a great yield, by the way, 8.62. It could be in danger, right? But my theme for buying Ford is stocking up on Ford shares is that new Mustang coming out. The end of this year is supposed to drop. And maybe that turns it around. Maybe that kind of gets it to stabilize and start the flow, you know. So I'm basically investing on the fate of that car. Of that car is awesome. Pull it up on YouTube. We could be at the halfway mark on it. Yeah, this could be halfway. Nobody knows though. We all guessing. Yeah, nobody knows. That's all. That's the thing. So what do you do with nobody? You just gotta kind of pick off some here and there, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I got another batch of money where I will probably do the same thing. So, yeah, and get in. And that's when I'm thinking everything's going to be scared. I'm waiting for the day that the market's got to close for circuit breakers and stuff. That's probably be a good day to buy. When it's like, oh, we're down 2,000. The market's closed for 15 minutes. The circuit breakers kick in because it's set so it don't just crash and go to zero. That'll be a scary day. And maybe the next day will even be scary. And that's probably when you want to just kind of get in there and really get in there. You know, so... But, you know, you never know. I mean, the VIX is 50. I mean, it's rare that it goes above 50. You know, it did in 2008. You know, and this is something to think about, too. Until now, if you would have, you know, it just held through all of it, or even bought stocks in that 2008, you was a winner. You know, that it was always proven to buy, even though, you know, it was always proven to buy that. So 2008, I remember the lows, 2000, I think it went back to 2000. So it was like, man, if you bought stocks 10 years ago, you flat, you even. And I was like, damn, the market's never come back. The market came back in a few years, you know? So that's what I'm saying. So even if we go down more, I think the bounce back, the return to all-time highs will be in a few years. Now, I know it's a different situation because the world is going broke, okay? It's like, oh, man, bonds, nobody has money, negative interest rates. I think there'll be some, but as long as the governments of these countries are throwing money out there and nobody wants their markets to crash, I think that's what's going to keep it up. And there's nowhere to put your money. There's trillions of dollars out there that need a place to go. It can't go into bonds. That's why it's coming to bonds here, because we have the best yield. But that's all you're going to settle for. If you want more than 1.3 on your yield, you got to go into stocks. You got to. And that's what I'm saying with that American fund you was talking about. You got to go into stocks. So I think with the money out there, and I think, you know, I believe in America. And I believe that things will eventually get better. You know, I don't know, though. I got to admit, I don't know. Because it's a world problem. I think the world will get together and fix this somehow. I don't know, though. I mean, we got trillions of dollars in debt. It's just crazy. Anyway, you said, what would you do if tanks? Yeah, buy some more. Eric, you said bear market is overblown. Fast bear market in U.S. history. Yeah, we went to the correction, fastest correction in U.S. history. 20% is the official bear market. And if we get there in a couple of days, that will be really fast. But look at the decline. And by the way, virus, no virus. Let me pull up the SPY. You know what? Let me pull up the Qs. I think I'm going to pull up the Qs. And let's pull up the weekly. Hopefully you can see that. And let me see. Let's do this. And gotta get rid of my paper. Let's pull it like that. That's crazy, okay? That's what it looked like before the virus, right? Looking like this. That's coming down. So forget about the virus. Forget about whatever is out there. This was coming down. The virus, I think, is kind of an excuse to bring it down. This was overblown. This was crazy. This was like, oh man, this is nuts. It wasn't just gonna keep going to the moon. Look how far it's separated from the mean, from this 9. This is the weekly, so from the 9-week average. It was definitely coming down to at least it's gonna touch it, maybe slightly below. So what is that, 214? And if we get to where we are now, it kind of ripped right through that. But look, it's right at the long average. I don't know. This is the 50 week. So maybe you can see how it touched, kind of caught a little stable, touched here, a little bit above there. Now we kind of right in that range again. So looking at the charts and history, this is where you might want to step in some, if you know what I mean. But Virus Novae, we was due to come down. It was way overextended. And as fast as we went up, of course, the harder you go up, the harder you come down, right? I thought the Qs was going to show a little bit more ripping to the up in the air. Look at a stock like Apple. It wasn't even. I mean, right? See, I got my little lines. That was just insane. Let me pull up the monthly. Where's my little hockey sticks? Yeah, look at that monthly on Apple. Right? That's overextended. Look at that. That's crazy. Right? So if you look at this chart, it's still got a lot way to go. It might go to here. Right? 231. That would be an excellent buy. But Apple is a company you hold on to. As long as the world don't end, hold on to this thing. It pays a yield. I mean, Apple's the largest company in the world, I mean, they got money in the bank, and they'll be all right. What do you got there? Drake for America. Buy Carnival Cruise Line. I just think with Carnival that it's a little bit too early. But you're right. Because it's coming to an end. The boats are, once it's over and we're not afraid to get on cruises. I know I'm not going on a cruise, by the way. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. So that's why I think that it might be a little premature with the cruises, because I know I don't want to get on there and they be quarantined. There's people from all over the world on them cruises. And yeah, so but I'm gonna look into that too. It's down, actually it's just down 16%. Yeah, 16%. The market was down bigger than that. So I think they have, personal opinion, more room to fall. Wait a minute, I'm looking at Crown Castle. I'm sorry, never mind. Give me a ticker for Carnival Cruise Line. CCL? There it is. I did CCI. Oh, yeah. I thought that was looking. I was like, man, this is kind of looking kind of tough. Anyway, yeah, they're down. There you go. 57%. They got a yield of 6%. 5.98. Look at that candle. I mean, I think they just got a little bit more room to run, but yeah, this is a stock that you definitely want to get into, but I don't know. I guess it's okay to buy some now. If you, let's just pull up here, right? I'll make a little box. So you can see it's right in that area of all of the support, and it had a nice bounce. It had a nice bounce off the low on Friday. So yeah, I guess you could pick up some shares, but if it comes down to the low, you definitely got to get in. I mean, that's the 2008 low. I mean, nobody had money to even go on a cruise. So if it reaches there, what is that, $20? That's the buy. That's the ultimate buy. Man. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm keeping that. And the other one's Royal RCL, is it? Royal Caribbean. Wow, look, these things are just getting obliterated. So this one's down 48%. Let me see this one's yield, 3.88. So Carnival got a bigger yield, but yeah, they're getting obliterated. Looking at that, I mean, it just looks like it has another red candle to draw. It cut through all of that support like it wasn't even there. And that's the thing. But once, I mean, and it's just because it's focused on them with, the cruise boats getting, quarantine ships. And then remember the one that had nowhere to dock to let the people off. Where did it wind up being? Cambodia or something like that. Yeah, just not good. Just not good with that. But it's definitely for this. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on it. Yeah, and maybe you could buy some, but keep an eye on it because that's gonna be definitely a stock to own. Just like you was talking about. I like Vegas, LVS. Man, we always gonna want to lose our money. I mean, when you go there, when I go there, and I know they got a lot of other expenses, Macau and just the free food that they give out and the drinks But when you go there, all I see is the dealers just swooping all that money in, and it just seems like how could you lose? You're in the greatest business. That's why I like casino stocks. And we always gonna find a way to gamble and lose our money. But the 2008, yeah, I remember this thing was oh, man. Yeah, so this thing could go a lot lower. I know that. It's one of those people where people gather. Do you want to touch dice after somebody that comes from Wuhan? You know what I mean? So like, I ain't touching them dice. And all the chip sharing and handle pulling from the slots, right? I mean, there's virus all over them damn casinos. So they probably still got a lot lower to go. But since it's got a rich yield, actually the Carnival does too. But anyway, that's why I bought the casinos. You said buy SPY call Monday morning. I am. And another put high at the high on Monday. You think it's going to go back down on Monday? If we go up, if we're ripping up, let's say the futures are up 300-400. That's kind of high. I would say I might buy into that, believe it or not, because we're 3,000 points down. So 300 ain't shit. Okay, I mean that's like nothing. And some people think that's high. So because I do think the bounce will be a little sustainable after a couple of days. At least we should get at least 2-3 days, as long as we don't hear no super bad news. It's just not gonna go straight down. It's not. It's going to revert. It's going to, the rubber band is stretched. It's going to snap back. So that's, I want to buy calls. And if it's down, I might even buy calls. If it's down, like, say, another 1,000, I might buy some calls right there. Call spreads. Actually, the volatility would be too insane. So, like a spread. So, preparing for that snapback. Because it's going to, just like we saw on Friday, man, when it went from 1,000. If the market was open another 20 minutes, we would all the indices would have been green. That's all it needed. It ran out of time, and it was down 1,000 points. Actually, I think it was 1,100 and it was 1,183. It was down a whole bunch of points, and just needed a little bit more time, and everything would have been green. So you said you sold your puts on Friday. Wow, that's good that you had puts. That's you picked the bottom and kept one small put, but it spiked that closing. Buy a SPY call Monday morning or another put at the high on Monday morning. Oh, is that a question? If it's me, I'm buying a call, but a spread because the volatility is gonna. I mean, VIX is 50, so volatility, if it's ripping, it's gonna be coming out of them damn options. So I think you want something out just to kind of mitigate that. So you can buy at the money. Don't buy like out of the money because the volatility is really in those. I think I would buy at the money and get some of that and maybe a way out of the money call. Sell one to just to kind of keep that volatility in check as it's coming down. Anyway, that's what I would think. Even though that's a scary purchase still, because you can go to the bathroom, the Dow could be up 300-400 points, and you go to the bathroom and you come back and we're down 300 points. That's a 600-point swing. With the VIX being 50, those swings ain't nothing. 50,000. I mean, that's volatility in both directions, not necessarily down, and that's what was killing me before the virus stuff, because the VIX was elevated. We was at 15, 17, even close to 20, but markets were going up. And I'm like, generally when the VIX is elevated, it's going down for the most part. If you told me it's a 20 VIX, I'm saying, well, the market's probably down. It's probably down about 4% off this high. But it was a 20 VIX, and you'd be like, well, 20 VIX. Well, the market's up 4% from its high. It's even 4% higher. That was crazy. So I'm like, elevated VIX, all-time highs. We're popping two, it wasn't even no volatility to the downside. And then, so I was just getting burnt on puts and selling calls. And so I just wasn't ready. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. And I was ready. I remember I thought it was gonna drop, and I had bought a few SPX puts, and boy, that was a big loss when I did that. And you're watching the market open up 300 points a day, and you're like, oh damn, all right, 300 points. Tomorrow, it'll be down some, and I get some of my money back. No, wake up, another 350 points. Oh god damn, should have sold it yesterday, but now it's up 600 points. Tomorrow I'll be down. I can kind of get out of this position. Up the next day, 400 points. So that's what did it for me. I was in those puts as it was just ripping. So I just was, even though I knew it was going to go down and this was totally unsustainable, I was afraid to put a position on because I just got burnt with that. And then there we goes. We gapped down with that 800. I should have put one on right there, but I was afraid. I had made great money. I put it in the YouTube stories for the last 3-4 weeks. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not even trying to lose that. I'm just going to be happy with what I got and maybe catch it as it's going up, because I suck. As the market's going up, I suck. Sorry. When the market's going down, or if there's any kind of extreme volatility, my trading sucks. I just suck. I lose money on those. I can't handle. I need the market to be going steady up. I need smaller type candles, not the big boys, and I trade better. I just do. I don't know why, but I kind of learned that about myself, so I got to wait for those conditions. So like if you're a great swimmer, right, you can outswim everybody. You want great, because if the water was 30 degrees, you might not be the greatest swimmer, right? Or if you was swimming in rapids and in ocean, beach, crashing waves, your swimming is gonna suck. You gotta swim in the right conditions. There's an indoor pool, 78-degree water, you know what I mean? And then the best comes out in you. That's what I need. I need the best market for me to put my trades on. Anyway, Eric, you said you think the huge drop was made by robotic. I think so too. AI software overblown. Everything is super cheap with signs that it will drop further. Yeah. I think also that now that people are home thinking about it, they're pulling up their accounts, looking at how they 401k. Let's say it was up 100,000. What was down? So now they down 17,000 in a week, and they like, damn, I'm getting ready to retire. Let me pull some of that out. So I think we'll have some real people, pulling out their money, trying to wait for the chill. And I think very few people want to buy more, unless you have a long-term horizon. But what about the people that's getting ready to retire in a month or two, and they don't, they realizing, man, that's just 100,000. So imagine you had 200,000, and you're going to have that kind of money as you're getting closer to retirement. So imagine you have 200,000, you're like, damn, I'm down $34,000 in a week. I only got another year to drop. You're probably going to sell. First of all, they shouldn't have been that much exposed that way. I'm heavy exposed. I plan on retiring with less than 10 years. So I don't need this as I'm getting close to retirement. That's for sure. Anyway, so that's what I think. I don't even know what the hell I was saying. But Eric, man, appreciate the comment. Joseph, appreciate the comment. Eric and Joseph, man, thanks for joining me. I just started doing this, these what is it called? Q&A Saturdays. So normally I just come on here on a weekday, tell you my trades, tell you, like, I lost money this week. I lost maybe $3,000 trying to trade futures. So I noticed I said trying to trade. I got to stop doing it. I need to close my futures account. And I guess I'd lose money because I generally make money first, and then I started doing stupid things, then I'll lose money. And then I'd be like, oh, I got to get that money back. Now, you know how that is. Revenge trading. Yeah, don't do that. And you'll lose more money. And so, yeah, futures kind of killed me. Well, it didn't kill me, but I shouldn't have been trading futures. I just be thinking about the rips. Imagine you sold some futures on this. Damn. You know, I just want to get the rips. But I've been noticing the market, even though we've been coming down, a lot of the days it's been just kind of, I don't know. I just was catching the wrong. I was in at the wrong time, and I was also on the road, not here on the computer, sitting there watching it. So that's not good either. I need to be here at the computer, being patient. Can't be out doing things, trying to do it on the phone. I remember I said in the video, I sold a ES op future, and I couldn't put the stop in. Basically, my phone was like acting up the software. I wouldn't say crash, and it was going down. I'm like, no. Actually, I bought one, and it was going down. I'm losing. I'm like, I can't get in. No. And I think I wound up losing $300-400 on that trade. And I was like, I can't do that. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's crazy. Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I can't get the order in. You said markets are flummoxed. I don't even know what that means. Oh, it's titanium, man. What's up? Hey, Dre. Yeah, markets are down. Sloppy chain, loss in profits, etc. Yep. And they was giving them a pass. And I still, somebody's coming like Apple. Remember, they was giving Apple said, oh yeah, it's not gonna be good, and the stock goes to all-time high. What kind of shit is that? That's when I was like, Anyway, I still think some of these companies, this is going to be an important earnings season coming up next month, because we're going to get a real insight on how the coronavirus is going to affect us. We put it all together. But I think they're going to give these companies a pass. Yeah, they got to, and it's coming down hard like this because we know the earnings are going to suck. Every single one of them, for the most part. So if you got a good one, you probably, be great, but every one of them is going to suck. So I think it's coming out hard at trying to adjust for that, quick. But for the most part, I think it'll be a pass, because the market's already down. It's like, all right, yeah, we know that's happening. So nobody's going to know if your business truly sucks. Because if your business truly sucks, they're going to blame it on coronavirus. So that's what the companies that's going to get a pass, where they wasn't going to sell shit anyway. Like, it was the coronavirus kind of affected the supply chain. We couldn't get the gadgets made quick enough. We had problems with other shipping. They didn't get in the warehouses full, And we have no guidance for next quarter because such and such, blah, blah. And, they'll even get a pass to suck some more. But we all scared. Yeah, coronavirus kills the weak and old. Yeah, that's what that's what they said on their news conference today. So does the flu. True that. But we all scared. And that's what, I want to ask the question in front of the CDC, dude. Like, I want to say, what's the difference between influenza and the coronavirus? Just lay it down. Give me the bullet points. And if you're just talking influenza 1% death rate or whatever it is, I don't know, let's do that number out. Coronavirus 2% death rate. Okay, the percent's 1% higher. Are we really going to have a panic attack over that? So it's something is not right with what China was doing, all the quarantines, and it's something I still think that they're not telling us about it, because they're comparing it close to the flu. The flu has a lot of, now, see, the thing with the more deaths with the influenza is because there's more cases, though, So I don't know what the actual rate is, but they're both low, right? But I don't know. We'll see more as more time comes out. He said coronavirus has its origin from animals, yeah, and the mortality of the two are about the same. See, and if that's true, what are we panicking from? You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, nobody wants to catch it. And I feel sorry for the people that families had a family member pass and their families and all that stuff. But we get this every year with the flu. I mean, we go to work. I went to work. I had the flu bad this year. I haven't been sick in a long time. And I went to work. And telling everybody, yeah, I'm sick. Nobody's running from me. And so, but now it's like, so yeah, what's the difference? Something, yeah, they're not telling us because you see people come to work sick and we just keep our day going. And if we get sick and you're like, man, I'm sick. Yeah, I caught it from Dre. Yeah, man, you got me sick. We kind of laugh about, I didn't get you sick, man. I wasn't even by, we kind of joke about it. But this one, you're going to be ready to kill a dude if he gets you sick with the coronavirus. Like, man, but kill him. Anyway, there could be carriers without symptoms. Yeah. Well, yes, because the flu, I think you only give it away if you got a fever or something. You got symptoms, basically. Sort of typhoid Mary. I don't know what that one is. Cashmatic, man, what's up, man? So yeah, I'm glad you joined. You might have to catch the replay. We had good combo in here. So bottom line is, I bought stocks and I feel like I got to sneeze. And I went over the stocks I bought. I'll just read the list real quick again. Because I made my list. Make sure I'm not knowing here. See, for the most part, made my list. And I was ready. So Johnson & Johnson, Deere, Las Vegas Sands, Clorox after the drop, okay? And 3M after the drop, not on that pop. Honeywell, Shopify, Google, Facebook, Amazon, AbbVie, Apple, BP, United Technologies, Pfizer, Tesla, an ETF called the Super Dividend REIT. Not a lot of that. Disney, a lot of Disney and a lot of UPS. And Intuitive Surgical. That's what I bought. I think I want to throw some Abbott Labs on there, and my buying is done. It depends. I don't know. It depends. See, this is a great stock. It yields. That's it. But they yield 5%. Maybe I won't throw it on because I've been looking for high yielders as well. Stocks that is just like kind of growth kind of stocks that took a beat down. That's got a nice dividend, close to 5%. So that's what I've been kind of looking for. So this only got 1.87. It looks like it wants to go lower, so I'll let it go lower. But this is a good stock to own. Anyway, that's what we've been talking about. I just summed it up, man. Just summed it up. Trying to see. So anybody else? What you guys doing? Trading? What you afraid of? What you think? And by the way, like I said, I do think we're going lower. I don't know. I'm not saying this is the bottom, and I might lose, but this might be bad time. But I just think nobody knows, and this is a good time as far as we almost at that perfect 20% bear market type level. By the way, for the last few years, that 20% besides 2008, it's been like, okay, it's time to rip again. I don't know if we rip. I don't know if it's gonna be a V type rally. It might be a L or a U, but we might be finished going down for a while. I don't know. But that's the thing. Nobody knows, And then if you miss it, let's say that some good news come out. You're waiting to buy. And they say, we got a vaccine. It works. It's looking good. We're going to mass production. And then at the same time, the Fed lowers rates. And at the same time, there's some kind of just a big, money. And then, boom, we're up 2,000 points. 1,500. And it's possible because we was down 3,000. And you're like, man, I missed it. Can you imagine missing it? That's why you got to buy some. Because, yeah, you could miss it. If some crazy news comes out and then, boom, everything's up 1,000 and everybody's getting out their short positions and just kind of imagine we just back. I mean, since Trump's been president, I'm not saying it's going to happen this time. Every drop has been a V recovery, where the upside was damn near quicker than the downside. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. And I said damn near. So for the most part, with the upside is just slightly slower than the downside, right? And it's like, oh man, so maybe this is one of those. It's just a bigger drop. Nobody knows. Maybe still gonna climb that wall of worry. I don't know. You need some damn money. See, I had some, because remember I told you I sold. I've been out that whole time, so I missed upside. Let me pull up the SPY. I was out right here. That's the monthly. Let me pull up the week. Let me pull up the daily. I can definitely see it on the daily. Remember this drop right here? That was the first coronavirus scare, and then the next day we recovered a little bit. This is when I got out, that candle. So from here, I missed all of this. What was that? I guess it wasn't that much. 3.93%. This was just going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. And I got a little in right here, and then I bought some more here. And I'm looking to get in some more, even if we go a little longer. Then I'll be done. That'll be all my money, and I'm just in for it for the long run. But yeah, that's it. So I missed this run. I thought this candle, the market, this candle right here, just it ate that for lunch. Look, doom, and then we gapped up the next day. And then the next day we gapped up even further. We was gapping and running. We had a gap what was like 400 points and just run. Like, okay, 450, 458, 480, and just didn't even look back. And I'm like, you got it. And I thought about getting back in. I was like, man, just ate that candle's lunch. And then it just kept going. This guy's like, no, it's the train is going without me. You ever see Soul Street where they threw the man off the train? Where they threw Gene Wilder? That was me. I got thrown off the train, man. I was like, oh, shit, I got totally faked out. Because if you look at what the action before that, you see how he was going lower here? And I was like, oh, there, look at the break. Look at the break. That was a total fake out right there. Zoom in on that. Right, we was coming down, and there's the break. And I'm like, I'm out, So we got that little rise the next day. I was like, oh, that's a gift. Got out and just took off, man. I felt like an idiot, but I was close to the top. I knew this was coming. So look at that waterfall. That is crazy. Look at the volume. That is panic. Let me see something real quick. It's 2008. Look at the 2008 volume. It's not even. Where did it really start to go down? This is September. Let's say September. This is a monthly. The volume is 8. Is that 8 million? No, 8 trillion? Was that 8 trillion? 8, 107, 004, 05. I guess so. No, it's billion. No, that's a billions. Okay. 8 millions. Okay. Trillion. 8 billion 100. That's the monthly. Then the next month, the big was 11 billion 800 million. What did we catch for the week over here? And this is 2 billion. Oh, okay, we nowhere near what we was in 2008, at least for that week. But it could get worse. It could get worse. Oh man, let's see what we got. I'm sorry, I gotta keep looking over here because this is where the comments are. You say, Eric, I don't know. The fear has been annoying. People are thinking that we're gonna have a total. Yeah, they thinking like zombies, the zombie games and all those movies that come out when you got a little shopping cart pushing it down. Everything is all nuked up, and you got your shopping cart. You got a blanket in there. You got some bottle of water. You got a gun. You got your bar of gold and maybe some little pouch of jewelry. And you kind of walking. You need to shave. You're dirty, and those kind of movies, right? Look, there's one over there. He's coming. And the pest silence for our business. Schools and other installations are going to get locked down. Yeah. I do think if it gets, schools are already virus, I would tell my kids that we had a big, one of those hand sanitizers right at the front door. When you come in the house, do your hands, because that kids don't want to wash their hands anyway, but they'll throw some pumps on. And yeah, so imagine the viruses in the school. And then, I mean, them kids are gonna bring it to everybody's house. One kid get the virus in the school, 50% of the kids are gonna get it because they touch everything. They rather run down the walls, dragging their hands, and you know how kids are. So then they're gonna bring it home to their families, and the adults are gonna get it. The seniors that get sick, and so I think, to tell you the truth, if depending on the death rate, because I still don't think we got the truth with the death rate, maybe they should close the school, right? Because the kids, they just spread germs. I mean, they spread everything. I mean, if it's in the schools, it's going to get to a lot of families, so that's I don't know, that might be a good idea, but that's going to be panic. That will be panic. Oops, sorry about that. So now what? Yeah, stocks will, when they find out schools is closing for the virus, stocks are going down another 10-20%. Anyway, the seasonal flu mutates every year. That's right. That's why we got to get a flu shot every year, because it's different. Yeah. Last year, immune response does not work. I heard that as well. I don't get the flu shot. Why? Because the last time I was getting sick every time I got the flu shot. And then one year I didn't get it. I was like, I didn't get sick. I haven't got sick. Actually, this year I got sick. This was my first time with the flu in, maybe 20 plus years. And I never get the flu shot. But now that I'm older, and this virus is out, I think next season I'm getting the flu shot. I think I might start getting it. Especially if they got the coronavirus. Like, yep, it's right here. You're going to be protected. I'm getting it. Anyway, some with coronavirus, it is a de novo infection vector. I don't know what the hell you just said. Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute. Joseph, I missed his comment. Someone said covered calls. What stocks are you eyeing for that, man? You could buy 100 shares of and sell their calls. What I do, it's expensive, and it's where I make all my money. I sell Amazon. I sell cheap man covered calls on Amazon, and I do diagonals. I'm going to give you my secret sauce. My secret sauce. Okay? It's expensive as hell. You're going to need about 15 grand to put on the one position. But, I'll come, 2 weeks out, right, and buy something deep in the money. Well, damn, see, the volatility is insane. Because this option right here will cost you $33,000. See, I can't do it that. Maybe this. All right. I can't really do it. The volatility is just too high. So I might be priced out of my damn bread and butter. But what I do, this is my thing, because I love covered calls is the secret. Covered calls is gosh, what's the words? The best trading strategy to me out there, and nobody talks about. The best one, it's you know how much money you can make off of covered calls, and it's safe for the most part. It's one of the safest option strategies. It's easy. See, it doesn't got that pizzazz, but you're making steady money, and I like them. But I've been doing cheap man covered calls, which is basically a diagonal, right? You buy something further out of the money, deep in the money, and then you sell something nearer. Or you could do it the same month, right? You could go, let's pull up a cheaper stock. Let's pull up Microsoft. Let's pull up Microsoft, even though that's kind of expensive now too. And I do short terms, by the way. So let's say Microsoft, right? This is the one delta. That will cost you 14. That's 14,000. Yeah, that's 14,000. That's not. Was that four? No, seven. That's $1,400. Sorry, $1,400. I'm used to trading them damn Amazons. Did I say Amazon? Yeah. Anyway, I'm just thinking. My math could be all messed up. Anyway. So right here, that'll be. Let's say I'm looking at the mid. Let's say it's 1,600. And then you sell this one. Don't sell out of. I don't like selling out of the money calls. Even though, yeah, you get the most bang for your buck, but you want to be safe. Sell this one, the 70, right? and sell that for $750. So that'll cost you $700, and you could kind of just look at the put side and be like, okay, if it closes above 157, I'm gonna make about $400 in a week. That's a week, right? So imagine you put that same trade on, cost you about $700. You make $1,600 in a month for four $700 type trades. Now these are looking kind of juicy because the volatility is high right now. So this is looking really good. You couldn't do that in Microsoft before. But those are the ones I kind of like. I like doing a small. Otherwise, if you do a normal covered call, it'll be $16,000 to buy 100 shares of Microsoft. And then you got to come in here and you sell, I don't know, let's say you sell at 160 for 700. So basically, it's going to cost you about still 16,100, 16,000. My math sucks. $16,000. All right, and you have a chance to make $500. Yes, it's inexpensive. So I like buying the 1 Delta call. Buy that as your protection. You could do it in the same strike, same expiration. If it gets expensive like Amazon, you don't buy the 93, 94, 90. I like to buy 93 or higher. And if it gets covered of, generally you are at risk for them exercising, but don't worry about that. Okay, just don't. You'll be all right. You'll still be all right. But that's how I like to do it. And yeah, I liked it, man. It's the best option position of all time. Nobody talks about it. The covered call, because it's boring. You know what's excited? Oh, I gotta put on a double diagonal, a butterfly, the broken wing butterfly, or the iron condor. I want to do the ratio spread. I'm gonna sell 2 puts and buy this 1 call. That's exciting trade, right? Covered call is boring, but it makes good, solid money. Anyway, cash cord put. Yeah, same thing. Cover calls are boring, but that's it. That's what it is. Consistent, steady money. So my qualities, what's the word I'm looking for? Gosh, I suck, man. I hate doing live videos. See, if this wasn't live, I'll press pause right now and be like, okay, what's that word? I still can't think of it. I'll say, Alexa, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, then I'll press play or whatever and then be back. Anyway, you tell me what the word I'm looking for. I like stocks that's going up. Okay, you have to buy stocks that are going to see that Microsoft is a great covered call stock. I used to sell covered calls several years ago on Microsoft when it was at $100 all the time. My goal was to make $600 a month, and it was easy. And then it had tanked when it burnt. I got burnt on one of them. It went from 110 to 90 in like a week. I forgot what happened. Then it immediately went back to 110. So you just got to stick with it. If you get exercise, especially if you have the money, if you're buying a real cover call, not a poor man's cover call, just get exercised on it and then just sell puts now. Sell calls against it. Wait a minute, covered call. If it blows, if it gets, what the hell? Basically, just sell another cover calls. Yeah, that's what. Just keep selling cover calls and you'll be fine. Just kind of bring it in, and you'll get that money back over time. But it will take a while, right? So if you had a bad month and it was a 100 stocks, you sold to 105 and it went down to, I don't know, let's see, 98, you would have lost, I don't know, maybe $300, $400, $500. Just sell another one the next month and just keep doing that. It just takes time and you'll eventually get your money back. As long as the stock continues to go up. If it's a stock that's just like, I'm going down forever now, like an oil stock, forget it. You're going to lose all your money. You need to just get out of the trade. But like Microsoft, look at that steady, easy, it's steady. This is a covered call stock all day. Only thing that with Microsoft, the implied volatility sucks. You don't get good juice on that. Same with Apple. Not now. Now it's different. Apple, It's a little more choppy. Yeah, so stocks that are going up, not like a let's pull up AMD. I know that was going. Yeah, that's. See, if you were selling covered calls in this one, you would just got burnt out, and I don't like volatile stocks as well. It it works because it's going up, but if it's volatile, gonna have a month like this. It could just have. Let's pull up the daily, and you can see the volatility more. See, this sucks, and I don't like that. If you want to know what stock to put a covered call on, just match the chart with a stock like Microsoft. Don't pay attention to what happened at the end here. But picture all of those years it was doing this. You know what was another one? Cisco. But the volatility sucked. Wait a minute. That's how it before it had that. Where was it? Damn, I haven't pulled this up in a long time. But I remember it was just steady, easy. Maybe it was in here. I don't remember. But I wasn't getting any juice, so I wasn't in Cisco long. But it was steady, nice and easy, and now it's all over the place. Look at Cisco, by the way. This is another stock that you could possibly put in your portfolio. It's way back here at the lows of 2018. Remember, Cisco pays a 3.61 dividend yield. So it's down from the highs 34%. So this is a stock that you can actually think about just picking up a few shares in. Anyway, the juice. No, it wasn't juice. The word qualifications. My stipulations. Anyway, buy when there's blood on the streets. Old investment wisdom. And yeah, that's what made me buy those stocks that I kind of mentioned. So my portfolio has, and I'm not in M1 no more. I'm straight at Schwab. That's what I'm messing with. I probably got like 80 stocks up in there. I don't plan on selling any of them, though. Like I said, none of them. Unless it just totally, I keep an eye on, unless it just turns to garbage or something like that. I remember I had Kraft Heinz, Kraft Heinz Corporation, KFC, and this stock, it just wants to go to damn zero. You're like, hey, come on, our macaroni and cheese and Kraft, why doesn't this stock get it together? And they saying the kids don't eat macaroni and cheese or ketchup or cheese. Or it says the millennials don't buy this stuff like we did when we grown up. And I think they have Oscar Mayer. It's basically nobody wants their stuff no more. Velveeta, it's Kraft. It's a food company. 6.46% yield. If this thing can turn it around, but this is almost, it's flagging, it's breaking to go lower. It almost makes me want to pick some of this up. Because you figure they got to get their act together. I think Buffett even got out of this now. So he was in it. He caught, and I think he might wanted to get out. I think he said it was his worst position ever or something. I can't remember. So don't quote me. But look at the volume there at the end. From 97, just a few years ago, to 24. And the market was ripping. And these guys are down 76%. Man. But the yield is good. If they turn it around, if they figure it out, they've been around forever. They may figure it out. I don't know, though. I think they need a new CEO if one didn't come in already. Anyway, one can earn 20% by cover call play on almost any stock. Yeah. It's just the ones I like. I just like I like to get that volatility out. But I like Amazon because it's big stock. You could sell. I like selling deep in the money calls on that and make that money. And generally, people want to get in it. A stock that's kind of wanted. I did some on Tesla too. When Tesla was hot, I made a nice little mini grip on Tesla, and the same thing. It was good implied volatility in Tesla. You could sell it deep in the money call and get paid. on a covered call action, and it's still the same. So if you want to mess with Tesla, go ahead. That's a stock to do it on. But remember, with them options having juice way out of the money on the put side and way deep in the money on the call side, that's because it can get there, right? The stock can get there. So it's not necessarily 100%. It's not really safe. It's juiced up because the market makers believe it can get there, So you got to be careful with those. You can't be like selling a 20 delta, 10 delta put and be like, yeah, I'm safe. Only got a 10% chance of expiring in the money. Now if you're getting paid like that. So Tesla is dangerous in both directions. Yeah, I know, but I think the tables have turned. I think this is a stock now that people want to own for some reason. Well, maybe because it went up to 900. So I don't think it's going back to old territory down here. I don't think it's, I think it left this in the dust. But see, if it wasn't coronavirus, let's take out coronavirus. This thing would probably still be up in the 800-900s. And I think the virus has got it, down 667. But yeah, that's just my opinion. So I think the tables has turned. They went the secondary. They sold the secondary at $763. Right, as soon as they did that, the stock was trading at 800, and then it went up to 850, and then I think it came back down again. But it might have went up to 915. I can't remember. So the Tesla's got some new cash. You know what I mean? And they should be all right for a little bit. The bankruptcy talk should be kind of dissipated a little bit. And yeah, I think it's just new era. And notice how it has these waves, right? This one is just a steeper one. I had highlighted this several years ago. Not years ago, just some time ago. See the steps, and then now I think we're like here, right, in this block. And this might go on for years. So, right, we was here. Then you could even make a thing. Well, not counting this. Well, maybe we can. Right? So these blocks, see how it trades? And now I think we just entered the next block. And that's why I think you could sell on this, because I don't think it's going to enter this block again. That's my theory. Yes, it did get oversold. Overbought. That was crazy. 960. That was like insane. But I think in here we're probably all right. Anywhere just 470 to 600. And I don't know. Look at the week of the virus. It had a bad week, but it's still, we almost down 20, but it's still $667. Imagine if the virus wasn't there. So that's why I think it goes higher. And I bought some. In for my stocks. Yeah, Tesla. All right, so thanks. One can earn 20%. I think I hit everybody's question. You think the market will recover to S&P 3200? Is that a question? No, you said you think it will. Let me see. I'm just drawing 3200 right in there. Possibly, if you look, all right, take the virus out. Okay, just wipe it out. Pretend doesn't exist. Remember how I got burnt and I was telling you guys I totally was messing up because I'm listening to the damn news. And if you take the news out and you look at this chart just the way it is, now I know this is the monthly, actually this is the end of the month. So that candle at the end is the final candle. If you look at this chart, it's a buy right here, right now, right? Just look at the dips. You got the candle. Every time you got that candle, it's just, yes, indeed. But if you draw trend lines, it's not quite yet, because we just got overextended that last month, right? So let's draw that. Try to get it a little. Let's draw that. So let's say, if we get to 2600, that's another 300 handles down. I would buy there. I'll be all in right there. All in. If we can get right there. That even lines up with the 2008 low. Look at that. That's the 2008 low. If it gets here, that's a great buy point. Now, if it breaks there, if it breaks that line, I'm glad we brought this up because I'm going to keep that line there. We could be in some trouble, okay? If it breaks that line, oh man, we either come to here or we come into here. So we keep those lines on the chart. Hopefully we don't get down there. But, so there it is. Those are your buy points. And those buy points happened every 4 years. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, touch this trend line almost every 4 years. This is 3 years. This is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 to 5. 4 years. And now it's only been a year and so, but we'll see what happens right there. Yep. All right, so Eric. That's why I think this market is overblown. Even the Trump and the White House are saying they'll take steps to keep the market from dropping. Yeah, and then you got just this money. You had the Fed Friday. I think that was part of the turnaround, saying we're ready to take action if we're monitoring the situation. What's the Fed's famous term? We're monitoring and we're ready to take action. You can't doubt what they can do. Yeah, they got that. They can buy stocks, money. Trump could kill the tariffs, right? Imagine he does that. That's got to be good for some upside. I'm suspended tariffs till further notice to help China and America. That I totally see that in the cards. Totally. And then we're going on and blah blah blah, and other countries, the Draghi guys dropping billions in the system. China comes in with 70. It's so much money that they're willing to just throw out there. I know it's crazy, but it will keep markets up. Eventually, it's going to come to an end. But is today the end? So this is a worldwide situation. So I think the countries, there will be some kind of get together hey, let's stop the world. We can remember we got oil at 45. Let's stop the world from crashing, and everybody get together and let's do what we got to do, to get it going. I think the Fed needs to let the economy they need to put rates at a level where we overheat. Why are they so afraid of overheating? I know there's inflation, but it needs to inflate. Why? Let it overheat. Let it just, and slowly pull back after that. Don't worry about inflation yet. We need inflation. So I don't know. I'm not an economist, so I don't know any of that stuff. But it just seems that they need to just kind of let it rip. Let people get jobs and make money, and let it go. And then maybe things will be all right. See, if you pull up the we had record unemployment. Should I pull it up? Let me pull it up. What is it? Debt clock. Debt clock. Let's pull up the clock, because let me just mention this. Are we going higher? Yes, we are. $23 trillion in U.S. national debt. Now, if we had record low employment, right? I got more people's got jobs in the last 50 years. Unemployment rate's low, blah, blah, blah. That means the government, right, is making a lot of income tax money. The companies are paying. Why is this number still going up? How many jobs do we got to create for this number to start going down? So basically what I'm saying, low employment, low unemployment or high employment is not the answer, because there it is, because we're still gaining debt. When is it going to turn around? That's just a basic, that's the thing, Let's see, where's the tariffs? It's over here somewhere. Gosh, I can't see it. You thought it was federal term. I thought it was over here. Oh well, I'll be in here trying to find it forever. But this is crazy, man. So, what are you gonna do? Damn, I gotta find those damn tariffs. It's in here. Anybody see it and just type it in there? Because I can never find the tariffs. Coronavirus has everyone scared. You said current unemployment rates don't include people who have dropped out of the job. Yeah, I know it. I know, but here's the thing with that. It's the same for every president. So it's the same guidelines, the same rules, right? So all we could do is go by that, right? And that's what Obama went by. That's what Bush went by. That's what Clinton went by. And the other Bush went by. So there it is. It's the same scale, but we're the lowest in history to where it's been with that same scale, but yet it's going up. So, basically, I don't know. When is it going to go down? I just want to see the number start to tick down. I don't care if we had 23 trillion. I want to see this going the other way. When it goes the other way, that means we're doing something right. Right? Let's just turn this around. So that's what I want. Yeah, I think that's easy. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. Let's turn that around, Let's just see it go the other way, and then we'll worry about where it goes. Current unemployment rates don't include people. Yeah, all that's true. Work, the government doesn't count, and that's crazy too. How they kind of make their statistics, like people. I'm in the market now. I need a job. You know what? I didn't find one in 30 days. I don't want a job no more. I'm just going to sit home and chill. I know I got bills. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, how you drop out of the job market? Let's say I need a job, right? I need a job because I don't have one. And I look for 30 days, whatever. Why would I drop out? What am I going to do? I still need a job. Who just drops out of the job market and just chills? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Our national deficit is about 900 billion. And where are you getting that number from? The deficit. Yeah. It's saying right here. It's saying it's 1 trillion. So it must have went up 100 billion. Is that one? You said 900 billion. So another 100 billion will be 1 trillion. Yeah. If it goes to zero, many programs will be cut. Yeah. I mean, look, I look at it like this. Just as if your household, let's say I'm $80,000 in debt and I only got a $40,000 job. That's like bad. And for me to turn that around without clearing bankruptcy, it's going to hurt the whole family. Kids can't do that. We're only going to have this much stuff in the fridge. We're going to have a shitty car. We're going to, we're going to be on bare minimum. Christmas is going to suck, right? It hurts everybody in the family, everybody. So now if you look at the national level, right, you look at us as a country, for us to get out of it, it's going to hurt everybody. We all going to feel pain. It's not just going to be a certain class. We all going to feel the pain for us to turn around because it's out of control. So that's exactly, a lot of things will get cut and go to zero. But that's the only way it's going to turn it around. So, yeah, we all have to be prepared to feel the pain. And I know certain people running for president saying it's just going to be the rich people. That's not going to do it either. I'm telling you, it's going to be pain felt for everybody, and until it's done. Because that's how it works. If you're just extrapolate your household. There's no way you can get out of at least they could print money, right? We can't. We're gonna just run out of it. And then you got to really tighten it down and get that household budget tight, and where you're only eating a can of soup a day, your kids is hungry, basically you get what I'm saying. So everybody feels the pain. And that's what it's going to take every American to feel some pain. And yeah, and that's what it's going to take. Anyway, there it is. Dre for president. Can you imagine winning the presidency? Everybody's going to feel pain. It's the only way we get it. See the truth. You can't tell the truth. You know, it's just that you just told what you want to hear, or what the populace, I think, maybe wants to hear. And it's all fake. It's all garbage. Because that's the fact. That is the only way it's getting turned around. I mean, so maybe the rich pay more taxes, but maybe the poor has programs cut, right? And such and such. Whatever. I don't want to get into that, but yeah, it's going to be something, and somebody ain't got something from the government. Which means the bondholders get less. Yeah, I guess. And if the wait a minute. U.S. cannot go bankruptcy. The U.S. cannot go bankrupt before it can print money. Right. And if the bondholders force the issue, the U.S. dollar inflates. See, now you're talking like over my head, which means the bondholders get less. It's a scam that only sovereign countries can do. Families cannot run. Hold on, wait a minute. I missed some of your comment. You said this goes to zero. You said families cannot run a debt level without paying risk. Right. A country can run a deficit. Yeah, that's what we're doing, especially the U.S. But if the dollar goes to zero, this is why Bitcoin and all that other stuff is just totally going through the roof. Gold, I guess I was saying, but not the last week. But because it's eventually the dollars are not gonna be worth anything. The dollar, I think, had a terrible week. Anyway, so that's another thing, by the way. When a country, the bond bubble. I want to talk about the bond bubble because there's a huge bubble in the bonds. What's going to blow that up? And I'm thinking some country out there somebody can't pay their debts, right? Then I guess everybody leave bonds. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not an economist. And then all of a sudden, maybe I always thought that's the next bubble to tear the stock market down. I don't know. I don't even know why I started that conversation. Anyway, if the dollar's worth nothing, so is the national debt. I guess that's a good point. National debt dollar. I don't know. So if the dollar goes to zero, then you're saying there's zero debt? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. The bond bubble is huge buying of bonds. Right. People buying the bonds, causing yields to go down. Come on, Titanium, you got the floor. I'm just reading. Educate me. I don't know I definitely don't know a lot about this stuff. But I tell you what, it's very interesting. And all the numbers on here is not that good. No, he said if the dollar goes to zero, the U.S. pays off the bondholders with dollars worth zero. I got you, but I'm kind of thinking, what does that do? All right, I gotta jump off this. I need to be educated. There's this guy that's got this YouTube channel. He's totally into this. He's really good, and he just started not too long ago. Forget his name. If y'all watch me, you're definitely probably watching that guy. But oops, Mike's going around. Well, anyway, what's the U.S. dollar is UUP? Is that the dollar? The dollar index. Actually, I had a bad week last week. That's the monthly. Yeah, last week wasn't good. Look at the volume on that. Damn. Anyway, who's that guy? I don't know. I can't remember his name. But he talks about all of that stuff and the economy, and he's really good. He can explain it to where a child can understand it, and entertaining as well. It's a pretty good guy. Just started YouTube, I don't know, a couple months ago, and it's already got like over 100,000 followers and stuff like that. I've been on YouTube for years. Only got about 18,000 followers. Yeah, and most of those are trucking. You know, when I was doing trucking and when I was doing photography. Most of them was photography. Well, I got about 12,000 from photography, maybe another 6 from trucking. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just end the video. I really had a good time on here talking today, man. Appreciate the Titanium and Eric and everybody else that was in here, because this is what I just want to talk shit, you know, talk about whatever. Get educated, and I won't say educate, but just let you know what I see. I don't know if you're going to learn something from me, maybe some trades. But that's my favorite trade when I was talking about the diagonal, the poor man's cup of call. I'm telling you, I'll be racking it in on that. But that and just one more. What the hell else do I do? God damn. For the most part, that. But sometimes not a diagonal. Sometimes the same week. Yeah. Iron condors. I'm still trying to perfect that. I can't do it for some reason. I don't know why. Butterflies. I play with those. I had a lot of success for those. I just don't do them. Short-term butterflies. I have a lot of success, but I don't do them. I don't know why. I think because I'm afraid. Anyway, I don't know why I'm afraid. Because the loss. Because you just kind of put on that big butterfly, like a at the money butterfly, and just kind of collect a couple hundred and get the hell out. You know, I've been making some money on that. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe, and some directionals. I will buy calls, or not necessarily puts. I will buy calls. If it's ripping, if it's prime, if it's like, oh yeah, this is going up. Like we thinking about Monday. I think that was Juan. Yeah, I think it was Juan or whoever. I can't remember. It was going up. Yeah, like Monday we think it could be a rip. You know, if it's ripping, we could easily get 1,500 points on the rebound. So if it's ripping and it's trending, watch out for the trending. It's probably going to continue to rip for a little bit. We're way oversold. It's not going to go straight down. Just continue to go straight down. You know, I mean, I know it was already the biggest correction in history, but how long is it going to do that? You know, that means next week we're at a bear market. That means 2 more weeks we're basically at 2008 for the most part. Now, stock market's selling off. I do think we're going into a recession, by the way, because I think stock market's selling off. First of all, it's set up with the Chinese and all this virus stuff. I mean, people's just not working. And then if it's, going out, all that stuff, we need that to happen. And, gosh, what the hell was I going to say? Going into a recession. You know, we had the invert. Now, I don't know if it's still, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the yield curve. What the hell was I going to say? Damn it, I forgot. This will be another point. If I was doing a video, I'll be pressing pause right about here. Anyway, I said I think we are going into recession because I can't remember. Damn, it was pretty damn important. Sorry, I forgot. I worked last. I've been up since like midnight. Anyway, the swoosh will be powerful. The swoosh, yeah, it's gonna be powerful, man. You can make a lot of money in just the calls, right? Just buy a couple and sell them later on in the day. You'll probably have a couple of thousand, you know. So the weakness, and that's what I've been waiting for. That's why I've been messing with the futures, because I'm waiting for that pop. I'm waiting, but there was none last week. I'm not trying to play the downside. I'm trying to play that upside. I'm waiting for that bang, you know, and it has not come. I wasn't playing them when it did come Friday evening. I was actually buying in the middle of buying stocks, you know, so I didn't do the thing. But yeah, it's gonna be a rip your face off rally coming sometime. I don't know. It just can't stay straight down every day. The weakness in the economy due to supply chain, disruption. The weakness in the economy due to supply chain disruption is not. No, but that's going to lead us there, don't you think? Oh, that's what I was going to say. With the stock market going down, people looking at their portfolios. Oh my gosh, what's going on? This will cause them to not spend. It just, you feel broker. You feel good when your 401ks and your portfolios is going up, and you feel good about yourself. When it's going down, and every day you're looking at the news, 1,000-point down that's bad. That causes people not to buy shit. It's like, we just stay in, you know what I mean? And it's already bad enough we're not going to go cruises and movie theaters, and, if this virus blows up and all of that stuff. Yeah, I know the supply chain. I mean, I don't know how big it's going to be. Like, let's say you go to Walmart and they don't have stuff. But if they don't have stuff, you can't buy stuff either, So, but basically I'm saying all of that, us staying home, us not wanting to congregate, go to the bar, go to the movie theaters, go on a cruise ship, go to Disney World and parks. Because let's say it gets here more. Now, spring break is getting ready to start. What about then? What's going to happen with all the spring break locations? Are they going to go? Is spring break going to be that? A lot of money spent during it. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's going to come. It's ripe. It's so ripe for it to happen. And if it doesn't, that's a good thing. I mean, maybe then we will be at all-time highs. Banks with the yield curve. I mean, they're not going to be lending. They're not going to be trying to be lending any money out. And we don't want the credit to go bad where the banks are starting to do that. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see them getting. Remember, because I can't remember when, but they're not going to be ecstatic about trying to lend you some money and they can't make money. They're in the business of making money, So I don't know. That will definitely, if we find out people can't get loans and shit, not necessarily because they don't want to do it. I don't know. Just thinking. Anyway, but the Fed will jump in way. Yeah, I know. And that's what makes me think we're going higher. And none of this stuff even matters. And that's why we've been ripping all along, because the Fed remember the Fed didn't have our back. What was that last year or whatever, and we went 20% into Christmas Eve. That's because the Fed didn't have. As long as the Fed's out there, I got your back. Hey, don't worry, we're ready to react. And it's all good. It's all good because they're not going to let it happen. Back in the day, they used to just let this happen. Now, for some reason, the market just can't go down. It just can't go down. We got to do something. It's supposed to be normal to go down 10, 20%. And, when it's got to work, it's got to go up and down. But it's normal for it to crash up. They don't allow that. But no, it can't crash down. I mean, what goes up comes down, right? Why is it gotta? Yeah, they always. Anyway, so they're in interfere mode. The world is, and when markets go down, the new thing is they gotta react. So that's why the market's probably never gonna go down. But I do believe everything comes to an end. They only could do that so much longer. So you have to cut, get a Band-Aid, right? You just Band-Aids over gunshot wounds for the most part. And I think it's eventually you're gonna bleed out. Powell is a bad Fed head. Yeah. I think, I don't know. I mean, I remember I didn't like Alan Greenspan, but he actually was good. Alan Greenspan controlled the markets. He was able to control things just what he said. He was a master of speech, of just putting out the right tone to make the markets do what, make things happen the way it needed to happen without raising rates or lowering rates or whatever. He just he knew exactly what to say. And this Fed, I don't think, says anything. This is speech time. But when he does speeches, he actually says bad things. He says the wrong thing. Usually markets go down when he's speech by puts, when he talks. Anyway, Trump would fire. Yeah, I know. I definitely know. And he's the one that was so fast to get rid of Yellen. Wasn't Yellen before her? Before him? And now look. Yellen was actually pretty good. The 718, the Fed really messed up. Yeah, because they was like, they didn't want to, they reversed. They reversed on a dime. So if you noticed, even in 2008, that's what started it. It was the Fed when, what was his name? Green, shoot. Bernanke, Ben Bernanke, when he said, I'm not lowering interest rates, we're gonna keep it the same or we're gonna raise. I can't remember what he said. I think he was gonna keep it the same, and we needed to get lowered quickly. And that's when Kramer was like, "They know nothing." I saw that live on CNBC. That was good being live, and Mark is just tanking. And then they lowered it 50 basic points, I think, an emergency, and then I think a few days later they cut. I think they went to zero or something like that, So, but they got to be ahead of it. I think they could have avoided that whole situation if he was on point. It's what I don't like about the Fed. And this is why I like Powell. Well, lately I like Powell. It's because now he's saying we'll change his market discount. I hate that whole where we're raising rates. We're on a cycle. Why does it got to go up a quarter point every Fed meeting for the next 2 years or something? Like they got this little schedule. What? No, why? And why can't it go up and down 50 points? Why is everything a quarter? Why can't it be 0.30, 0.35, 0.5? Why is everything a quarter? I don't know. And they got these little schedules, but I think you got to be flexible. You got to be, and if you're looking to raise rates, you got to be ready to stop rates, and you got to be ready to cut rates. You always got to be ready to go this, you can't just set a schedule and stick to it no matter what. And that's what I don't like about the Fed policy. And and let's have more why do we got to wait for the meetings? There could be some intermediate, you ain't doing nothing in between meetings, talking, you might have to lower rates now or whatever. I'm going on a rant about rates. So they just so scared, you don't have to wait. Why we got to wait for meetings? But the market is thinking there's going to be an inter-meeting cut this next one. And if the markets still go down, I think so too. And they're thinking maybe even a half point. The Fed is run by musicians named Two Bit. Kramer was right. Yeah, he was on point. He was a little late, though, before he got on point because I think the market was already down like 2,000 points before he was kind of getting on that bandwagon. And then he's also late with the buy back ends. Yeah, he kind of didn't catch the bottom too much. Because when he told everybody to sell, go into CDs. I think I remember almost like it was yesterday. Buy CDs, 5% yield. Back then, you was still able to get a 5% yield CD, I think. Or 3. Yeah, I think he was able to get 5% yield in CDs. Buy CDs. He basically told everybody to get out of stocks. But we was already down a lot at the same time. And then the Fed didn't want to cut. And then that's the meeting when he had his little, it just was going straight down. I think then Bear Stearns the next day or 2 days, and man, it was ugly. Anyway, and look, that was the time I really didn't think we was gonna. I was like, man, what the hell is going on? And then you hear the talk after that. They were saying like another day or something. Banks would have went broke or something, like money wouldn't have came out the ATMs and things like that. I think they were saying like one more day and it was over. Jobs wouldn't have been able to pay you. It was so, they just saved it just in time. And they was able to bring it back. It was a great buy. When everybody was scared, that was the time you needed to get loans and put money in the market. It's been up. Shoot, man, if you bought that low, you made money if you bought and hold through it. But imagine if you bought at the bottom. You wasn't in, and you bought at that bottom. That was a good bottom. I mean, stocks was so cheap. Let me pull up. Let me see something. Let me look at some prices real quick. Yeah, it's 2008. Let's look at some prices of some popular companies. McDonald's. It's 2008 right here. What is that? $58. It's $221. It's Home Depot. Home Depot was at $19. It's $247 now. Home Depot. Amazon. Where is that? Amazon. I'm trying to go to this line. It was about $119. Wait a minute. No, I'm way off. $49. Like $40. Now it's $2,000. You could have got 200 shares for $8,000. Now 200 times, I don't know, let's say it's $1,900. 8,000 would have been $380,000. So if you'd have bought another 200, 8, 16, if you'd invested like $20,000 back then, you have $1 million right now. If you just bid 20,000. What's something else that's popular? Microsoft, $14. It's crazy. I ain't doing this no more. It's making me mad. $14. Citibank. Look at that drop. There was What was this low? What that says low 28. No, wait a minute. That's all they did? I thought they went down to $1. Did they do any split? Why does that say low? That's not right. Yeah. Yeah, low 14. Here it is, low $9. They didn't do much. They own 63, but that's a good 6 times your money. Trying to think, what's a stock that everybody wants to own? Google? Let's pull up Google, last one. What is that? Here, let's do this low. $123. And it's $1,300. I know it's 13 now, but just last week it was 1,500. But man, yeah. So scoop them up when everybody. That's how Warren Buffett got rich. God, that's exactly how. Anyway, all right, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate the conversation, man. That's what I'm trying to do on Saturdays. Just get on here and talk. And I'm not educating. No, I don't know nothing. I'm just talking about. I'll just kind of let you know what's going on in my head. Not that it's right or wrong, and stocks that I trade or what I do, and tell me what you do and what you're trading. So I like that because y'all got the interaction. Titanium, you've been kind of with me for a while. I appreciate that. And Eric, man, I think this is the first time I'm reading your name. So can you write down the stocks that you're watching? I said it in the beginning of this video. So check it out, because I do got a list right here, but maybe I'll put it in the description and I'll come back and go and put the stocks in the prescription. But for the most part, I don't really I watch Amazon, I watch Tesla, I watch Google. I don't have a big watch list, but these stocks are stocks I'm buying and holding forever for the most part, forever. It's just going to be it. If it goes down, it goes down. It goes up, it goes, So that's my buy and hold forever kind of portfolio that I was going over. So my watch list is those, and I decided to make trades. I'm probably gonna put on some kind of bullish call trade on Monday. Even if the market goes down, I still may do it. I don't know. We found out that the person from Seattle area has passed away. I don't know how the market is necessarily going to take that. I still think it goes up because we know that person was sick. We know there was going to be a death, but that person has no connection with China. So I don't know how it's going to take it. It might go down. I don't know. But it's ready to go up. It's not going to keep going straight down 1,000 points a day, So it's the snapback is going to be pretty hard. And if the snapback is weak, if it's a weak snapback, look out below. So I think we could retrace at least 50%, at least. So that's 1,500 points on the upside, approximately. If we get to 60, so be ready for that. And the way the volatility is, it might happen just in 2 days. That 1,500, 2 days a day, 2 days, maybe 3 the most. It's not going to be slow 100 points up 200. It should be pretty fast action. And then somebody else will wind up being sick or die or another. And then, boom, back down 1,500 points. It'll catch everybody getting bullish again and just knock them out of their positions. Anyway, Eric, end of Friday was buying. Yeah, me too. I was buying a lot. I was glad I was down. And at the end of the day, I wound up all these stocks. I think I wound up making $500 on it. I was like, did that rip back in the morning? I was buying shares, no options. It's like, all right. I bought at the exact low. I bought at the low. I never pegged the low. Maybe that's a low for a week or two or a few days. I don't know, but I never get the low. I got the low that day though. I was just like, I'm buying. There's no way. And I was listening to CNBC. They're like, oh, the market's down 1,100 points now. It's going lower. And I'm sitting there pulling up my little watch and just buying. Anyway. All right, man. Thanks. I got to get ready to go. Damn, it's almost 7 o'clock. Oh, how long was this one video? This is the longest video I ever did. And I appreciate y'all from hanging out, man. What does it say? I can't tell. Maybe you can tell. I got 3. Oh, there it is. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Wow. All right. So I ran my mouth for 2 hours and 6 minutes. Damn. All right. So I appreciate everybody's in there. I got the whole list now, so I could go ahead and just kind of shout you out real quick. High-fiving. He was in here first. I think he's gone. Juan Lopez, I appreciate you. Joseph N., I missed you. You said, what would, oh yeah, I said, you said, what will I do if it tanks some more, buy more? And I said, yep. Because there's going to be a point to I'm done buying and it still may go low. Nobody knows where the bottom is. And I'm just going to be able to deal with that. And I'm just going to be able to deal with that and just move on, Oh, well. Hopefully it comes back when I'm ready to retire, because that's when that portfolio, I'll be kind of cashing it out anyway. Cashmatics, thank you. Titanium, I appreciate you. Of course, as always, Eric. Oh, wait a minute. Oogie Boogaloo. If you're still watching, hello. I didn't even see that, man. I didn't even see you. Hello. Appreciate it. Joseph. Appreciate you. Hold on. My girl's trying to call me. Hello, babes. Yeah, I'm still doing a live video.
Oh.
You're on.
Okay, babe.
All right. Bye. Bye. I guess she ain't watching. Titanium is being me and you. Vic Med. Yep. Appreciate you. And if the market, it blocked one of your comments there, Titanium. You said if this market shits goes on for 6 months, yes, we'll have a recession. It's kind of blocked that. I'm gonna put show, because that is true. But remember, by the way, when we know it's a recession, we was already in a recession. Like by the time we know. We was kind of in a recession. And recession is officially 2 negative quarters of 2 negative quarters of GDP, right? That means we kind of, by the time we get those numbers, we was like already in a recession, So sometimes when we know we're in a recession, that's the time to buy, and we're actually coming out of the recession. So keep that in mind when they say we're in a recession. Buy stocks. Anyway. And I don't know what the official word is to come out of recession. Is it just 1 quarter of growth on the GDP? Is it just 1 quarter, or is it 2 consecutive quarters of positive growth? Put that in the comments, because I got to end this video unless you put it down right here. Man, thanks, man. Thanks. I really appreciate you, man. being up in here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm looking at your name. Just made you a moderator. Yes, you can moderate. Help me moderate my 3 people. Anyway, because you've been hanging with me hard. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate you. I might do a video tomorrow, but I talked like 2 hours today, so I don't know. But Monday, that's my plan. I'm looking to get long. But will I? Because I might get scared. The market's down at that. I don't know. But I'm waiting. Put it this way. Monday, Tuesday, I'm waiting for the snapback. Monday could be down like it is. It could be still down hard. But Tuesdays generally turnaround Tuesday. That's what So if it's down like hard Monday, I might buy calls as the market close or buy a call. Things, they so expensive. Whew. Anyway, but you see my point. I'm just looking for that snapback. That's the move I want to play. It's too late to buy puts. We can go down, but they're expensive, and if we don't, you're gonna get burned with the volatility coming down. So that's the next play. So let's try to catch this snapback, and tweet it to me if you're in it, man. That's what I catch. Dre Trades on Twitter, Dre Trades on Instagram. I'm mostly on Twitter though, and of course this is Dre right here on YouTube. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. That was my girl calling. I'm supposed to be hanging out with her, but here I'm doing YouTube videos. But she's very supportive of me. She's the best girlfriend anybody can have. If you're watching, babes, you need to hear that. She ain't watching. She's calling me on the phone like, where are you? If you my number 1 fan, you'll know I'm making videos. No, I'm just kidding. Just set limit orders and catch that last and catch the fast drops. Yep. Okay. You bet. Anyway, so see you next time, Dre. All right. Thanks, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. The Fed is run. Yeah, I got that one. End of Friday. Yep. Okay. Got it all. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out.